I'm going to be sharing with you in this video how to build real trust with someone. Now, I'm talking about in your friendships, I'm talking about in your romantic relationships, I'm talking about in business, and whatever area of life that you're looking to build trust with somebody. I'm going to be sharing with you in this video how to do this, and I'm talking about real deep trust, not just a surface level connection where you feel like you don't really know if you can trust this person or if you can take it to the next level or say things that you normally wouldn't say to certain people. I'm going to share with you in this video how exactly to do this. So the first thing that I want to share with you is for you to understand that in order to build real trust with someone, it's going to take time. I believe that to really build trust with somebody, what you want to do is open yourself up to the possibility that it's not going to happen in just a few days, or just 2 weeks, or it's not even going to happen in 2 months. I would say give it at least 3 to 6 months time. I'm talking if you want to have a good business partner, somebody that's going to help you really make more money in a way that you can trust them. You can really, listen to them and see them as a good mentor in your life to help you really succeed and get to the next level. That's going to take some time. It could happen actually very quickly, depending on how committed you are. But I'm talking, when I say quickly, I mean making money. You can make money very quickly, but to build that deep connection with somebody, that's going to take some time. If you want to build real trust with a human being, that's not going to happen in just a few days or just 1 week. It's going to take some time. So I would really be open to the possibility it's going to take 3 to 6 months. 3 to 6 months time at least, at the very least. And let me tell you why, because what I've noticed is that people behave in patterns. Okay, so people have behaviors and patterns, and you can kind of just intuit how somebody is going to show up in their life just by kind of noticing what kind of patterns do they have in their life. How are they showing up? Which brings me to something else that I want to say, which is that, if you really want to build real trust with somebody, one thing that I've come to notice is that we need to understand, or at least that I have something that I've needed to understand more the last couple of years, as that actions speak much, much louder than words. Much, much louder, because, people can say a lot. People can tell you what they're going to do. I even notice it in my own life sometimes, where sometimes I'm talking about where it is that I want to go and what it is that I want to create, and it kind of becomes this like paradoxical thing where as I'm kind of explaining what I'm doing and where I want to go, it kind of just implies like I'm not really there yet. And so the better thing to do is to speak less about where you want to go and just take more action in the direction of the thing that you want to do, and simply be that person that has the thing that you want already. And actions speak much, much louder than words. That's what I would say, is if you want to trust somebody, look at their actions. Of course, listen to what they're saying. Of course, listen to, are they telling you that they're going to be disciplined? Are they telling you, are they giving you their word in certain areas of, your life and their life and the commitments that you have to each other? Are they giving you their word? But also, are they following through with their word? Because there's going to be many times in your life where you might have things happening. Things might not necessarily go in the most perfect direction, and things might go wrong. And then the question is, what kind of actions are the closest people in your life going to take? And are you going to even be able to distinguish between who is close, quote unquote close, in your life? Because what you'll notice is that when you're at the lowest point and things don't necessarily go how you want them to go, what you want to start to be opening yourself up to is who's really there. Who's really going to be taking those actions to help you? Because people can talk about helping you, they can promise that they're going to help you. They can tell you about all these different things and what they're going to do and how they're going to be and what they're going to create in the world and the visions that they have and all the things that they have planned and who they want to become in the next. But it's like, are they taking actions? And it's like, if you want to build trust in somebody and you connect it back to the first point, how are they acting, and observe their actions for 3 to 6 months time. If you look at any job, why is it that jobs have a 3-month probationary period? Why is it the case? Because they just want to see, like, is this person going to act, in accordance to their job description? Can they show up in a way that's going to be aligned? Can they take the aligned action? Because you can tell somebody that you're going to be some type of way. You can use your voice and perhaps even convince somebody that you're going to be some type of way. But can you actually be that way that you say you're going to be? Actions do speak much louder than words, and I think that it's really important that if you want to build trust in somebody, just observe how they act. Really see, are they backing up their actions? Whatever they're telling you that they're going to do, are they backing it up with action? Are they backing it up with doing? Because doing is important. And so it leads me to the final point in this video that I want to bring up here, which is that if you really want to build trust with somebody, you have to actually have respect for yourself. And you can observe also, do they have respect for their own self? Do they respect themselves? Because self-respect, that's the basis of trust, really. And if you can't really respect yourself, and if you can't respect who you are, and you can't see that they respect themselves, how can you really trust them? Let me ask you this. Can you really trust somebody that you can just tell is not respecting themselves? So what you want to do is really see, do they respect themselves? Are they showing up with integrity in their life? Are they showing up, let's say you're talking about business. Let's say you're talking about the workplace. Do they respect themselves to show up on time for their job? What interestingly enough I found in my life is that most people can't even show up on time. They can't even show up on time to work. And so if you have people that cannot even show up on time to work, if they can't even respect themselves enough to show up on time for work or show up on time for a meeting with you, let's say you have a meeting with this person, you want to start a business deal with this person, and they can't even show up on time. Well, do they respect themselves? Is this the type of individual that you want to work with? Is this who you want to make more money with? Can you really trust somebody that doesn't actually respect themselves? So just see, observe. It goes back to observation and actions. And you can connect it back to the first point and just to see how they do this over time. Do they respect themselves over time? Because you might see somebody working hard, being motivated and respecting themselves and being the best version of themselves for 1 month, 2 months, but can they be like that for even a year, 2 years, 3 years time? You want to put in some time into these areas and just start to see, are they going to respect themselves for a certain period of time? And then if you start to notice that they do, well, I would trust that person. And if you've seen somebody in your life that you've seen for 3 to 6 months back up their, everything that they're saying with action, if you see that they're respecting themselves enough to show up on time for meetings and to show up and with full commitment into the thing that they're doing and to be, great communicators moment to moment and to tell you what's going on, and they respect themselves, and you can see that they're bold and that they're taking actions. If you see this for many, many months and you see somebody acting a certain way, you can start to build real trust with this person. You can't really build real trust with two people if they don't both respect themselves to begin with. If somebody doesn't respect themselves and then you bring that person to another person that does respect themselves, well, what kind of situation is that going to be? That's going to be a situation where one person can't really trust the other person because the one person can see, well, this person doesn't respect themselves. How can I really trust them? So it's like if you see somebody that's not backing up what they're saying they're going to do with their actions, they don't respect themselves. If you're not willing to take aligned action in the direction of what you want to create, you don't respect yourself. If you see somebody not willing to take action, aligned action with their intention, with the thing that they want to do and be in the world, if they want to be some type of way, and they're not backing up that thing that they want to be with action, they don't really respect themselves. And so, do you really want to be a business partner with that person? Do you really want to be in a romantic relationship with this person? Do you want to be friends with this person? Do you want to be friends with somebody that doesn't really show up for themselves? Because, I believe that 99 or a very large percent of success in any area of your life, whether you want to be successful in your business, whether you want to be successful in even your health. I'm not a doctor, not medical advice, but if you want to be, successful in perhaps even your romantic relationships, one of the first key components that I found personally that helped me in every single pillar of life is to just simply show up for yourself. Just to be there for yourself. Can you be there for yourself? Can you be on time when you show up, when you say you're going to show up for work? Can you be on time when you say you're going to show up out with a meeting for somebody? Can you show up on time when you want to be, when you're meeting a friend? Can you show up on time? Like, if you can't even show up on time to be some type of way in your own life and to honor the commitments that you say you want to create in your life, well, the problem is that you can't really build trust. You can't build that sort of consistency that you need in order to be the person that has that momentum, because you've built that trust within yourself to say, okay, yeah, so I know that if I have a thought, and I know that if I want to create something in the world, that yes, I trust myself to follow through. Right? That takes, what I've noticed is that, to build trust within yourself, one key component is, let's say I have a thought or an intention that I want to create something. It's like creating that less of a gap between the thought and then me taking action to create the thought into existence. Right? So less thinking about not doing anything, and then more just taking action towards the thing that I want to create. Just more taking action towards that, moving forward in that direction in whatever area I want to create that, whatever I want to do, whatever I want to create. Just to move forward in that direction and to create less thinking, less time wasted between how's it going to happen, to just do it. And just start to take the action. And then and imagine if you have two people that think like this and are able to have the capacity to be this way in their life, well, that's how you start to build trust within each other, because you say, I'm the type of person that I know I'm going to show up for myself if I think about something in some type of way that I want to be. And then you say, look at this person, I see that they also, I know I can trust them that they're going to show up to take action, and to be aligned with the thing that they say they're going to create. Well, then you can start to trust that person, and now you have real trust with someone. And the important thing to consider here is that I'm not talking about just business or just friendships or just romantic relationships. I'm talking about all of these things at once. I'm talking about just trust with someone, and also, most importantly, trust within yourself. Okay, with that, I conclude this video. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video.